prayer won't save your house. Mark Carney won't save it. The Bank of Canada won't save it. And if you're sitting in Hamilton right now praying for your home value to come back, you're basically on your knees in a burning church while the equity melts around you like wax. Every Hamilton homeowner thinks their house is a fortress. Newsflash, it's not a castle, it's a casino chip. And the dealer just swapped your winning hand for a ticking grenade. Let's talk facts. A home bought at $3.25 million just resold for $1.85. That's not a haircut, that's a financial beheading. Another family lost $250,000 overnight. Gone, evaporated, like steam off a boiling pot. And if you're thinking that's them, not me, congrats. You just stepped into the trap. See your mortgage renewal? That's not a speed bump. That's a semi-truck coming head on. And Thanksgiving's just around the corner. This market, it's about to get carved up like a turkey. Wait too long and you could be next on the table. Smart sellers are getting up to $25,000 or more in cashback incentives and actually recovering some of the equity that they've already lost. It's linked below. Otherwise, keep watching and I'll break it down. That sweet 1.9% fixed rate, say hello to 5. That's not a hike, that's a financial waterboarding. Families are gasping, choking on payments, forced to sell, not because they want to, but because the bank just lit the fuse under their kitchen table. And here's the dark joke. Every for sale sign in your neighborhood isn't just their problem, it's your problem. When they slash their asking price to escape, they drag your value down with them. One more desperate seller equals your house worth less before you even finish this video. This isn't a dip, this isn't a correction, it's a chain reaction, a housing Chernobyl. And you're standing on ground zero pretending your equity radiation suit is thick enough. Let me cut the music. This isn't hype, this is math. Cold, brutal math. 50% of Canadian homeowners say they may be forced to sell in the next few years. If even a fraction do, Hamilton gets flooded. Supply tsunami. Prices crash, buyers hold the power, you drop, waiting for rescue boats that never launch. And while you're praying for a miracle rebound, here's the truth. It's not coming. Not the real estate gods, not the government, not the banks, but there's one play, one exit door, and smart Hamilton homeowners are already using it. The people who don't, they'll be the ones crying on Reddit about losing their life savings. Stay right here, because next I'll show you the move Hamilton sellers are making right now, before the flood. Because once the wave hits, it's game over. Remember what I said, there's one play, one exit door. The smart Hamilton homeowners are already using it. And it's not praying, it's not hoping, it's not waiting for a rebound that will likely never come. It's acting now, before the flood, because here's the brutal cycle. When you list early, you set the price. When you list late, the market sets the price for you. Trust me, the market doesn't negotiate, it punishes. It strips your equity like meat off the bone. It doesn't care if you've got a family, a mortgage, or memories in that house. It just chews you up. Hamilton right now is showing the early signs of a panicked market. Listings stacking, homes relisted over and over, sellers slashing prices to escape. That's not stability, that's the first crack in the dam. And when the dam breaks, it doesn't matter how strong your house looks from the outside. The wave wipes everything. So what's the move? You need a survival strategy. Not next month, not after your renewal hits, now. That's why I built my seller survival guide. Inside, I break down the comps, the traps, and the lies, and how I give sellers up to $25,000 or more in cashback incentives. Click the link below to find out now and make a decision before the market makes it for you. Look, if you're hearing this, you already know time isn't your friend, but information is. And waiting, that's financial suicide. Because every day you sit still, another for sale sign goes up. Another neighbor panics, another buyer lowballs. Another chunk of your equity drips away. You've got two futures. Future one, you act now. You get the survival guide, you see your true value, you don't pay an arm and a leg for commissions. You move before the flood, you keep in control. Future two, you wait, you procrastinate, you say, I'll do it next spring. When you do, you watch your house sit, you slash your price, you bleed equity, and you regret every second you hesitated. Most people will wait and pay the price. Don't be most people. Next, I'll show you the mortgage time bomb nobody is talking about. When it detonates, it won't just hurt homeowners, it will collapse entire neighborhoods. You think the flood of listings is scary? That's just the appetizer. The real bomb is about to go off on your mortgage, and it's not a clock that you can snooze. It's already ticking. During the pandemic, homeowners locked in those sweet 1 to 2% rates. Cheap money, free champagne, everyone thought they were geniuses. Now, those same renewals are coming due at 4, 5, 6%. That's not a bump, that's a sledgehammer to your monthly payments. Let's do the math. A $600,000 mortgage at 2%, $2,500 a month. At 6%, $3,800. That's $1,300 more every single month. That's not a bill, that's a second car payment, a private school tuition, a life sentence. Families aren't adjusting to that, they're drowning in it. And the banks, they don't care. They're smiling while they push you off a renewal cliff. On Reddit, homeowners call it the mortgage cliff. One guy wrote, "We locked in at 1.5%. Now it's 6%. We're destroyed." That's not a metaphor. That's a family on the edge of selling or defaulting. And for every one story like that, there are thousands more Hamilton families about to hit the same wall. So what happens next? They sell, they have no choice. And when they sell under pressure, it's not a listing, it's a liquidation. Fire sale, bank repossessions, power sale homes dumping onto the market at massive losses. Like the one bought at $3.25 million and seized by the bank, resold at $1.85 million. That's not a deal, that's a funeral. And here's the gut punch. When those homes hit the market, they drag your value down with them. Even if you never missed a payment, even if you did everything right, you still lose because this isn't about you, it's about the wave. And the wave doesn't care who's standing in its way. So the question is, do you ride the wave or do you get buried under it? Because here's what almost no one is talking about. This mortgage bomb isn't just about to take control of individual families, it's about to reshape entire neighborhoods. Blocks where half the houses hit the market at once, communities gutted, equity torched. Hamilton, if you think this city is immune, think again. We're already seeing the cracks, and when the blast radius spreads, only the ones who prepared will escape. Next, I'll show you why the regret stories we're seeing online aren't just cautionary tales. They're the mirror into your own future if you don't act now. You've seen the crash stories, families crying on Reddit, bought at the peak now underwater. Biggest mistake of my life. Lost 255 grand, cried every day for a month. Those aren't random strangers. That could be your future if you sit still. And here's the twist. It's not just fear, it's regret. Regret is the most expensive bill you can ever pay. You can recover money, but you can't recover the house that you should have sold, the equity that you should have kept, the chance you chose to ignore. Every "I should have sold sooner" post online, it's a warning shot fired straight at you. Ignore it and you'll be the next story fueling the panic. And the villains, the speculators, the politicians, the banks, they lit the fire and you're the one choking on the smoke. They don't care. They've already cashed out. The only one left to protect your house, your equity, your family is you. Now this is the fork in the road. Path one, you wait, you deny, you pray, you cling to a fantasy rebound, and then you watch as the flood hits. Your house sits, your price slashes, your equity bleeds out like an open wound. And you regret every second. Path two, you act now, you grab my seller survival guide, you get your updated home value, you position yourself before the panic, and you walk away in control. Those are the only two paths. There is no middle, and only a handful of Hamilton homeowners will move in time. The rest, they'll be there, they'll pray and pay the price, and you'll watch it happen in real time. Mark my words. So here's your moment. Click the link, get my seller survival guide, and learn about my rebate program, where I give sellers back up to $25,000 or more in commission rebates. Protect your equity, protect your family, protect your future, and stop paying an arm and a leg for commissions. Because remember, that $250,000 loss, every day you wait, that leak grows until one morning you wake up and it's not a leak anymore, it's a flood. And by then, it's not just too little too late, it's game over. Drop protect in the comments if you're sick of this market stealing from you. And click the link before the market takes everything.